Good evening, everyone. This is Gayatri Devi, and I am a former yoga teacher trainer, and currently a shamanic student of Peace Shaman, Peace Mother, Gita Sacred Song. Today's video is on why you will lose your friends when your vibration changes. And it's a very common phenomenon, and in fact, if it's not happening to you, then you might not be actually growing. But I wanted to put it out there because I'm sure there are so many people, especially in the time that we're in right now, where a lot of us are being pushed by the universe to evolve and change and move deeper and let go of things that no longer serve us, let go of situations and patterns that no longer serve us. And what happens is that our reality changes. So again, this title of the video is why you're going to lose your friends when your vibration changes. And here's the energetic and spiritual wisdom behind it. So we are souls, we are energetic beings. We're experiencing life as a function of the energy level and vibration that we carry. So as each of us start to do spiritual practices, our vibration and our energy level will increase. That means we're going to, if we're doing the light-based work, which I hope you're doing, we will experience more love, more energy, more peace. We'll have a higher vibration, a higher resonance to us. And therefore we're going to attract things, but we're also going to repel what is negative and what no longer serves us. So often we have we've basically built and created a life at a certain level. And that includes the environment that we're in, the job, the relationships, the dynamics, the interpersonal dynamics that have been set up, and our friends. And our friends are functioning at a certain level, and they're offering us certain things. And we're giving them in return, and we're accepting this type of setup, whatever it is, whatever exchange or understandings are in place are there. But as our level starts to increase, first of all, we become a threat, or the light is always a threat to the dark, right? There's a battle for the soul, and the light and the dark are opposed to each other. The darkness wants to take over and make everything dark and feeds off of suffering and pain and anxiety and dissonance and hostility and jealousy and conflict. And you probably know some people that are also very negative. They have those negative energies attached. That's the shamanic way of describing it. In the yoga tradition, they would say that they have karmas or samskaras. They have coping mechanisms, mental patterns embedded in their soul or in their mind that they have allowed to continue that are not serving their light. So however you choose to look at it, basically the dark is going to fight the light. So as your light grows, it is literally a threat to those forces that are feeding off the negativity. Now, if your friends carry them a lot, they may actually, and again, this is likely, and so if you're experiencing it, know that it's a universal phenomenon. Every person that goes through the spiritual path will experience this at one point or another. So you're not alone, and it's just what happens. So don't take it personally either. They will feel threatened because the more your light shines, you're literally blazing, your new light emanation is blazing a light on their ugliness, on the things that they're using to feed their negativity. If you want an example of this, look at the reality TV shows. There are plenty of people that have patterns that just go in and they feed, like they're the energy vampires. They like to feed on conflict. They bring up dissonance and problems. But as you spiritually grow, you're not interested in that. And you have a deeper, more loving and healing perspective. So naturally, those people might just move away. They might not be as in touch as much. Maybe if they sense some hesitation on your part, because it's a battle. Like, who wants to give up their territory? So maybe your friends don't want their own negative patterns questioned. So when you stop participating in these negative patterns, they might say, "Oh, well, you're not one of us, or you're not doing it this way, or why are you changing?" And they try to drag you back down, try to put the little cords in you. So know that this is why it's happening. This is the energetics underneath it. So don't blame them, but protect yourself, because they're not you. They can't speak for you. And your job is to be the light. And you can't be the light if you're drowning or engaging in the self-destructive patterns or the kind of the what everyone else is doing. And who really wants to be like everyone else anyway? So if we were all just behaving as the masses and kind of participating in what everyone thinks is good, I mean, look at all throughout history, how many ridiculous behaviors and beliefs and morals and excuses people had for why outrageous things existed. Slavery and torture and all these terrible practices, because people were just apathetic and people didn't want to upset the status quo. So I'm just laying it out so you can get the full perspective here. But each of us is at this point, and I feel this is important to share, because I know that sometimes it can be easy to think, oh, well, that all happened in the past, but this is happening now. There are all of these kind of battles in different industries, whether it's for water, for preserving the earth, whether it's violence, whether it's how we relate to different nationalities and cultures and countries and people as a whole. So all of these, again, cultural preconceptions and limiting beliefs are being challenged by people who are evolving beyond the negativity. And so each of us in our lives, it's very, very important that when we're moving out of our circle, we keep going so we can all do it together. And then it's just a matter of time before the wave of everyone else catches up. So circling back to the main message here is, why are you going to lose your friends when you evolve spiritually? Because they can't keep up. And you're an eagle, as Peace Mother said, like, the eagles fly, but we don't slow down. So if you are tuned in and you're kind of, we're not saying this in a elitist way, but if you're moving forward, don't let the others drag you down. Don't bring yourself down to accommodate someone else's limited perception of you, because it really doesn't work. It's not about them anyway. They don't have any power over you unless you give it to them. And there are so many what we call petty tyrants. They're people that set up their lives and they like their life a certain way and they think it's very important. And when you have different beliefs, when you are expanded, and they just don't want to change yet, and that's okay too. But don't feel like it has to be your battle or that you have to stay until they're ready to move on, because you can work for them remotely, and by honoring your soul, you are setting an example so that at some point or another they can honor their soul too. And if you want more tips on how to work remotely for other people, I have a video about that, so you can check that one out. And then it's very easy, again, to just help someone on their path, but without putting yourself in the situations. Let's say if you used to always go out drinking or do some type of social activity that no longer interests you, or you're always the one there for your friends, but they're not really there for you. Time to kind of reevaluate that, and hopefully this video can encourage you to know the universality of it, know the universal wisdom behind it, how it's universal on the spiritual path, in shamanic traditions and yoga traditions, and to not slow down. Don't allow anything to slow yourself down. If you listen to people, I watch videos also of celebrities and people who are successful, and they all say to not let detractors get to you. And of course it's, they're saying it from like way up there, it seems like, and we're here and we have, again, our family and friends who are coming at us with all their stuff. But it's just as important, and if we want to be there at that level at some point in time, then we're gonna have to make those decisions too. And our soul wants to do it. Our soul wants us to honor that unique spark of who we are. We're gonna do it in our own way. So don't hesitate to lose your friends, and keep the good ones, of course, because as you lift up, the universe will come and assist you, and you can call that forth. You can do your practices too. Bring in your new team. Have that rebirth of people who can support you on a deeper level, who can appreciate you on a more thorough level, who can give and take just as much as you can give and take, especially if you're a giver or an empath. You want to have pristine energy around you because it's so important to protect your energetic field. So I mentioned this in another video, but I'll say it again, that Peace Mother said, it's wise if you're building, again, a team of support, it's wise if you're building a team of support to have people who are your level or higher, like especially with a spouse, relationship partner, business partner, especially if you're working with someone very closely. And if you tend to be someone, for example, that's overly giving, you don't want to be giving and drag yourself down, because now is the time to be lifting up, to be the leader. So keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to lose your friends and manifest even better ones. And know that I'm sending you my love, and there are so many other great people in this world, so many kind people and loving people and generous people, amazing people, and I have so many that I can count on too. So thanks to all of you who are supporting me and reaching out and being in touch and doing whatever you can to support my healing. I appreciate it all, and let's keep spreading the love. See you next time.